So hi and welcome to another video, and this one is part 2 of the Razer Viper weight reduction video. Now if you come to this video first, I suggest you go back and watch the Razer Viper teardown, the Razer Viper part 1 weight reduction, and then come and watch this part 2. If you've already seen those, great, I'll put all links in the description for these videos so you can find them easily. The weight reduction one is from a live stream, so I'll put the whole stream in the link as well, and you can just go through that if you want to. These are the edited versions. So some of it's fast forwarded, but if you want to see every little bit of detail, check out the link for that full stream. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This channel is going to provide you with the data and statistics for the gaming gear at the moment to give you that competitive edge on your rivals to ensure you can certainly use every tool to your advantage that's out there at the moment. Now during this video, I broke 2 drills, so I had to get on my third, which is the Dremel. So this is certainly one that's going to destroy some of your tools potentially, but my drills were a little bit weak. I've now got a new one which I did, and I've used that on the EC1 stream that I did recently. I'll be putting the videos out for that very soon as well. If you want a weight reduction doing to any of the mice, then check out my Beardedbob.com website. There's your shop on there now for some of these services. Feel free to check those out. And at the end of the video, I've also added some gameplay from Call of Duty with me using this Razer Viper once I've modded it. So let's go on with the video. 13 grams of base D4, right? That's what we can take out of it. .7 grams, eh? It's all about that, man. Right, let's take this profile button up. Because you can always just use a little screwdriver on the base. 0.2 of a gram for the Razer. Well, we saved a gram off it so far. Gotta be careful you don't bust the base when you're thinking it's still quite sturdy. They're normally pretty good. Split it when you're pushing too much pressure in. Don't ram it in too much. Got some patience to do this if you've not noticed. If you just rush in, you will destroy it. And just trim off the edges here. Stop anything catching. $11.5. You don't generally save too much weight here, so we might drill all this and then there's only 4 more bits. I'm going to take out some of the rear end. Can't take out too much because of the screw mount, but we're not going to you're not going to save too much unless you become a bit more eager. You'd have to sand it down, mate, if you don't want to. I mean, the sanding gets rid of all the little little files. Just keeps all the. This is like it stops all the little bits snagging and stuff. Not too bad in there because cables. This is just a cable run, but I want to make sure it's still wide enough to fit one through. You're talking about spraying it down to sand to paint it, sorry, mate. Yeah, no, you're definitely gonna have to sand it, mate. Which won't stick the paint. You got a nice job. You're gonna have to sand it, baby, and that's some time, mate. So you were saying about using a soldering iron, right? So if you go through here, because there's the point you can mark with the soldering iron, and you push in, it'll push all the plastic out the back. So you'll end up with a rough bit on the back, or you'll burn it so much you'll end up with quite a large hole. Not necessarily a problem on the bottom because no one's going to see it, right? But you want to make it smooth on the back. See the damage, the Dremel's like, it's left a bit more of an edge. Push the plastic out a bit quicker, that's kind of what you're going to get if you get too aggressive with the soldering and stuff. So that's why I like the nail file drills a little bit better. They're a bit more delicate. Basically means less tidy at work. But it made light work of this mouse shell. I think this Razer shell's killed 2 of my drills, you realise. Good model always has more than. You will not defeat me, Razer. So I think we drilled most of the shell. I'll weigh it without drilling the base. I'll weigh it now without taking the back off so you can see what that weighs. I don't think it looks too messy, right? Yeah, it's definitely quicker. That was only put on half power as well. It's definitely rapid, that. The Dremel didn't even unleash it. So it's a bit harder to wield. It's like those two-handed barbarian swords, right? It'll just cut for anything. But if you mess up, you're going to lose some, like your arm. If you saw me do the... which mouse was it? You saw they're doing the G502 weight reduction mod, and I lost my finger in that to that Dremel. Yep, still rigid, mate, look. Still good. Shit, I was off. 11.4. It's a nice mod, but I think it's a little bit like, it's not enough, yeah? Like, it's not worth the mod, I would say, drilling it. Second thought, so looking at that, I nearly drilled it, but then I realised that it is actually where the pad is. So I wouldn't recommend taking out that back piece. We could take out some of these struts, try and get a bit of weight off there for plastic. And we can put some holes in the front here. I don't think you're going to get much out of this base though. This is unusual. Razer's done a pretty good job here. Like, they've made it. There's not much going to get out of this base. This is it. This is where it comes to personal preference, right? I'm going to drill there, just behind the button here where there's liners. But you don't want to go too close to this because you'll weaken it. So probably around here. Probably get 3 or 4 holes in there, but you're going to get much out of it. And then maybe 2 at the bottom there. You're going to get much. That's what it weighs, right? That's what we got. 3.6 grams. We might get it to 3. But that's both of them. And you'll get it. If that's both, then that's a gram, right? .5. Wow, whole 0.1 of a gram. I mean, this is all going to add up, right? I'd say you're going to have to get a bit round here, right? We're going to do a bit round here, and then we'll do the same with the mouse button. Let's see what we get. That looks pretty tidy, right? It's going to be a tidy little job. What do you reckon? 3.4? I was wrong. 3.3. Sweet. We lost 0.3 of a gram off that one. Nice. So together it might be a gram, right? This is what you got to look at. Everything, every little bit trim in here, like race cars. You take a bit more weight out. It's quite a nice job, but I quite like them. Now I've got to try and make it symmetrical. This is a tricky bit. Because if you're a bit like me, I'm a little bit OCD and I can't be doing a different style, like different holes on the buttons. One things I don't try not to do is over scratch them on the top. These mice can take a lot of coating off on their buttons, but that for me would work right. My finger's going to sit around here somewhere, so don't really bother me. Same, 3.3. So we took nearly about over half a gram off tweaking the buttons, right? Then we're ready to put it back together. Oh, we got to look at the sides, right? So let's ping out the side buttons. Actually, let's put it back together, let's weigh it, and then we'll look at taking the rubber off. Because not everyone's going to want to take the rubber off. Hey, what up? Tech Hub, how you doing, mate? How is things, sir? How are you? Bob's Chop Shop. I know everyone's called me Butcher Bob yet, I'm surprised. Everyone's bitty. This is where we find out if we messed up the cable run on it. Cat 1 and cat hair. So this is where we're talking about this the cable here. We'll do the power cord at the end, by the way. But this cable runs around this nice pre-cut bit here that Razer's put already in the shell here, which is cool. Not many of them do that in the bottom of the tray here to help the cable come under, so it doesn't mess it up. Do you know where to get the materials from the power cord? Use Balm off Amazon or something, mate. There's a load of guides out there. I'll make one if people want. There's a few. I've got all the materials to make it, I just didn't, because I've been too busy this week because of work. Right, so now let's put this back together. I've just got to try and get past all these bits. I've certainly modded this a lot, or ripped it apart, should we say. Modded's probably loosely said. We've still got the weirdest encoder. Put the switches together. We've still got the springs. Do not use your springs. We'll put in the half trim side buttons because we want to see what the full weight is. This time we're going to remember to put the base screws in. Kind of get around them for the left and right buttons because they need these. These have to go back in on this, otherwise they will not hold in place. So you have to push the back. I reckon after a few times these might strip, so be careful when tightening these. These ones out. Can't see because I've got a weird position. Put the skates on, but as we've said, you don't want to do this. I'm going to put some new skates on it, but we've had them on and off that many times tonight, they're wrecked anyway. So this is what it looks like. I haven't plugged the side switches in, but see what it weighs, right? Are you going to spray paint? Not this one, mate, but I could do one on stream if people are interested. I've only just started streaming this stuff, so. So we lost a whole gram there by doing all that drilling. That's what I'm calculating. Oh, let's come down a little bit, maybe a few more. I think it was 59 without it, so maybe 57. I've got to lean a bit funny where my scales are. So let's take the side buttons out. Let's take the scroll wheel off, reweigh it, and then we'll take the plastic off the sides. Grip tape. That'll be the final weighing. I definitely suggest leaving 3 screws in this Viper. We take the rear springs out as well, because you need to make sure it's tight at the front because it doesn't click right. So this is no scroll wheel, no side buttons. This is raw. I wouldn't run it like this, but some people might. And then we're going to take the rubber grips off. You're getting much lighter than this. Holy moly, 46 grams. It's pretty light, man. It's nearly half the weight of it. It still functions, right? Left and right. You haven't got a scroll wheel though. It's a bit of a pain, but I just want to declare there is no way I'd run it like this. I might take the side buttons out and the rear panel off. These are glued on, man. This will come off. We can get off in one piece. One thing you got to be careful of is if you're using a hairdryer is not to melt everything. It's not coming off too easily. It's definitely going to be a game of patience. This, to get it off. It's going to be hard to look at. I don't know, it's got the... it's not too bad underneath, right? You could always drop some grip tape on it, I guess. I mean, it ain't that thick, right, this. I'm not sure you're going to save much, but we'll find out. 0.6 millimeters thick. I would not recommend pulling this off. Just going to tell you that now. If you pull these side grips off, you're crazy. It's still a bit hot. You're going to spend weeks trying to peel this other stuff off. I'm getting bored of hair drying, you can tell. So we can just rip it off without snapping the shell. It's a bit thicker at the top here. Yeah, we'll probably get lower than 60, I think, with the scroll wheel, but it won't be much, maybe a couple of grams lower. We could also drill the sides a bit of the shell, but you're going to get much, right? We've already seen that. Float like a balloon. Might whip out your wrist a little bit. This is where we snap the shell. Like, get whiplash on your wrist, 46 grams. I mean, I don't know who's going to run it without a scroll wheel and side buttons, but someone might run it without any side buttons and just a scroll wheel. That's pretty common. So it's probably 51 grams then, I reckon. Damn, man, these things are stuck on, man. Interesting, they made it a bit... See, it's thickening up. There's 0.6 at the back. Maybe the Razer have made it a bit thicker. They've even quite interesting. Yeah, 1.6 millimeters, yeah. They've even trimmed well, we have left a bit of rubber back here, but it looks like they've thickened the rubber up at the front and left it thinner at the back where you're going to wear it more. Quite clever. Comfort's overrated, man. When you drive around in a race car, right, with like all the roll cage and shit, you don't have any air conditioning, do you? Leather seats or anything. Electric seats, you just got a seat. The way I see it, there's still more weight in this old girl. We can get more out of her. This is the side snaps. Damn. Mofo's hot on the side. Yeah. I like the way Razer's thickened up the plastic. PC being mouse feet's the way to go. True, man. Oh, they think, oh, we've ripped it. Son of a gun. Well, we have to understand there's still a little bit left on the shell here, but probably a gram or two. I think it re-thins out at the front. I originally thought it was going to be a bit thicker, which is what I'm more interested in. Is like how Razer's been refining it a bit. It's thicker where your thumbs are. Interesting in the middle of the grip, just make sure maybe higher wear, and then thins out on the rear again. That was interesting. I reckon it's a gram. What do you reckon? How much do you reckon it weighs? If I get the extra corner bit. Satisfying peel ever. Yeah, it would have been nice to get the extra bit of rubber bits, man. Alright, 1.7 grams. So you're looking at nearly 4 grams if you get both 3.5, 3.4. We'll try and peel it from the front this time. We put it from the back last time. My fingers, man. Sorry, I forgot my viewers off as well. Forgive me. Ah, man, that was hot. You give your hair dry it quite a bit. You can probably get it off without messing it up like I did. And this is not the norm. Yeah, a lot of people did want to see the Razer Viper being abused, given the Beardedbob treatment. Ooh. Not the tidiest job, but we got the rubber off. Alright, so quite a bit of weight off that. Pile this on. 3.3 grams, it's not bad. If you were to take the rubber off, that's probably one of the biggest savings we've had. Yeah, feet are shot. Right, here we go. So we've got a scroll wheel. Feet are hanging off. This has been like definitely more flatter with that one. I'm not sure like. If I prefer the button. A lot more quick the closer with the springs. Drum roll. 52 on those scales. I wouldn't hate it. Measure the grip with outside grips. Okay. The trouble you've got measuring the grip is you can see here. There is still a ridge, but you can measure it. And we haven't got the side buttons. False. So if I push it fully in, so it compresses the side button that's there. It was 57 mil, wasn't it? So this one was a great stream, I had lots of fun here, cheers for all dropping by. We managed to get it down to 52 grams, 46 grams if you really want to sacrifice it. To me, I'd probably go with the 56 gram mod, which leaves the rubber on the sides and just trims out one of the side buttons. That would be my personal preference, but it's up to you how you want to mod your mouse, and I want to give you all the options here. Just decide on what you want. A few people did mention as well that you could use something like acetone to get rid of some of the glue from the grips here once they're removed. It's a good idea, I did try it. Kind of worked, it was a little bit hard work than I expected here, and I didn't complete it because it was certainly a lot of effort, and you saw how much it takes that rubber off, so by that point I kind of had enough, and I don't mind the texture on the sides. To me, adds a bit of grip still, so it's all good. Total time for this mod was around 4 hours to stream it, and it'd probably take you about 3 hours to do this mod. You're taking some care here, so quite a lengthy mod here. I did a power cord as well at the end. If you want me to show you how to make these, let me know in the comments, and I'll certainly show you how to do that. I haven't done a video yet, but I will do. So while playing with it here in the gameplay, I was quite surprised how well the Viper felt here. For me, I was expecting it not to feel very good because I don't actually like the Viper standard. It doesn't work for me, the shape of it. The front is still a little bit too flared, but that extra rubber taken away has thinned it a little bit, as we saw, by about 3mm. It's made it slightly narrower grip, which I prefer. And overall, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't miss the back here because I don't generally palm it. And I was okay, I enjoyed it. The button press mod, removing the springs for the buttons here, it certainly takes out the rebound on the button, so it's going to be personal preference whether you like it or not. For me, I'm not sure I do, but I can see why it's slightly quicker to press perhaps. Takes out some of the mushiness, but then it doesn't really spring back as I would expect it to, so I don't know, you're going to have to try that on yourself and see what it feels like. But I'm going to leave you with this gameplay, so thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, check out my other videos in the playlist. That'll be the end of this video, and I will see you very shortly. Catch you later, bye bye.